I'm Joan Martin at the Huron River Watershed Council. I'm co-director of a program called Adopt a Stream, which has a purpose of enabling people to protect the river, to learn about the river at the same time as they help gather data for a study that's been going on for over 10 years now. Stonefly Day is one of 3 events that we have during the year. We also look for the creatures that are living in the river in April and in September. In January is the day that we're looking just for the stoneflies. I mean, we'll find other things, but what we do is invite people to join this effort, and we've been having as many as 130 people coming for the day. To the activities, they need to sign up ahead of time because we put effort into creating small teams of about 5 people, and each team is going to go to 2 sites. They're going to work together, and so when people come, we also ask them to come about 15 minutes ahead of time so that they can get all signed in and meet the other team members, get their equipment, which is already pretty much together, just make sure they have everything. And everybody hears a short orientation, which is important for people to stay around for, even if they've heard it before, because sometimes one team turns out the family didn't turn up and now we only have 2 members on the team. We need to shift people around a little. Then the teams usually carpool together and they're going to drive to 2 different sites. I've often thought it would be nice to make this sort of a road rally kind of thing, because they've got a map and they've got to find the site, and finding streams in this area is not always easy. You have to kind of hunt around and try to make the maps really clear. Once they get to the site, then they are being led by 1 or 2 people that are already trained. Particularly the person who's doing the collecting in the water has gone through a training session, learned how to do that. By having trained participants coming back to help lead the teams, then we can allow other people to come without any time taken for preparation at all. They can just come and see if this is something that they're interested in. And that's very valuable because we're trying to educate everyone in the watershed about the river, that it's not just a place that water flows, but that there's a lively, vibrant population of creatures in it, that's in a delicate system, that the floodplains matter and the wetlands matter and everything works together. So if people will come for just 1 session, 1 activity like this, Stonefly Day only takes about 3 hours. They can learn a lot.
Order. And then you need to fill out a waiver over here. Hi. If you'd fill a blue one out, but the white one is absolutely necessary. And then there's a lot of really good information down there that you can have live stoneflies.
It's flattened this way, and it curls up stonefly. If you look closely, and you will have magnifying glasses, you can see the 2 tails. And then
Long road.
No, you
I just the map, aren't
Here, the Watershed Council is a council of communities and individual members who are taking care of, helping people to take care of this river and its whole watershed of 900 square miles. We have people from all over the watershed here today, and some from out of the watershed. We're delighted with having all of you here. The Watershed Council is not regulatory. It's voluntary membership for all the... Today we're looking for the stoneflies. And we're looking for the stoneflies because they need a good quality situation, both the water quality and the habitat in the river, in order to survive. And if they're not there, it's a red flag. It raises a concern about the possibility of pollution.
It's the sponsors of the Stonefly Search that help support the Watershed Council and the Adopt a Stream program. And I particularly want to thank Limnotech and Pfizer, who not only are a co-sponsor of the event and the program, but also are here today and are out with you collecting. So thank you very much.
Behind then, and if you put them in some water, the tails will separate out. If they're dry, they kind of stick together, and it looks like they just have 1. But a couple drops of water, and they'll separate out. Anything with 2 tails, we'd like a few of each kind.
There's 2 winter stoneflies, and there's a live collection out here on the literature table, and also a couple of preserved specimens for you to take a look at before you go out so you can see what you're looking for. When you first get to the site, before you get in to collect for winter stoneflies collectors, just a reminder to take that water sample. There's a plastic container that's labeled, one for each site. Make sure you're using the one that's labeled with the site that you're at. Rinse it out 3 times before taking the water sample. We'll use that to take a general measure of water quality, the amount of dissolved ions that's in the water, which can respond to anything from road salt to potentially toxic material, but it gives us a general idea about the water quality. The collector for each team to go into the West Conference room and take 1 net for your team. If you're going to a big river site, there are 3 of you that are going to a big river site. You need 2 nets.
Only if there are 2 collectors.
If there are 2 collectors. And there's also waders in there. They're arranged by size. So.
In a parking lot in the middle of winter, putting something dry on it, it's always helpful to. Yes, what I'm doing is scraping along the bottom here, picking up some rocks and along the debris. And what we're doing is we're looking for some winter stoneflies. I've got something in here. I don't think it's a stonefly though. My first scoop. We're getting living creatures.
All right.
Is that great or what?
I'm looking for the pencil so we can fill out the data about where we got the water sample.
Okay, so you're the leader? Okay.
I'm a picker.
You're a picker?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan's
I'm a picker too.
you're a picker?
We're gonna get this pan with some of the critters that he's just caught.
Yeah, if you'd like to bring the pan down here. Up, he's still in here. He's up in this corner.
It's a map of the site,
Uh-huh.
and what I'm going to do is see if I can figure out where he just got the water sample,
Uh-huh.
so I can mark that so they'll know that.
Okay.
And then there's a data sheet that asks us about how many leaf packs we searched and how many net samples we took and what other habitats we sampled here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we find any stoneflies, we have to tell about which kind and how abundant they were.
Okay. Just point out the mayfly there, Dave. There you go.
Yeah, squirter probably would not hurt.
Yeah,
Put a little in here.
And then if you split through the net.
Did see something in there. Let's see what we got.
You have to do a lot of bleaching to get those.
I think we've got one. It might be a mayfly, but
Not much else is moving in here.
What are dummies that are out today?
Yeah. Yeah, a day like today, beards start seeming like a good idea.
are they stone?
He's dark.
Is that what one of the clues is dark?
Well, one kind is dark and one kind is light. So what are you doing there, Dave?
They're preserving it, and I don't know what that is.
That's,
And then we'll bring it back to them. Yeah, we could.
I think this is a stonefly. I can't really tell in the bottle.
I think we could use another squirt. It's starting to freeze up. What is that? Dan?
The caddisfly larva. He's made a little home for himself out of debris down on the bottom. The different species use different kind of debris. Some use stone, some use leaves. And you can see he's kind of crawling out. He's wondering what's going on and why he's out at the creek.
Hey, look at this, a little caddis nest stuck to the bottom.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
Hey.
Look at that. Yeah. Janet, why are you here today?
Because I like hanging out outside with people I like.
Yeah. Are you like into streams or?
I just like doing the I kind of like the citizen scientist thing.
Uh-huh.
You can go and actually contribute doing this small thing.
Okay, cool.
Not much going on in this one, I don't think.
Okay.
A lot of little clams.
Well, we got a couple at this site.
That's all you have to do. This is the golf course. It's 11103. The collector is Bob. What's your last name?
Smith. Oh yeah, sure. You've
Story.
heard that before.
We got one jar.
Nice. All right. Yeah.
All right, who has the jar?
I tried getting in a motel
How many
room.
leaf packs did you search?
2 or 3.
How many net samples did you take, approximately?
About 10 or 12.
10 to 12. What other habitats did you sample?
Gravel, reeds, and undercut bank.
Stoneflies were at this site. The broadback stonefly, the black one, without the antenna. Well, we had... Are both of our guys the same guy?
I didn't really get a look at the second one.
But actually, the two that we found, if they're both stoneflies,
A lot of
got both?
scuds, and we found some caddis, and we found some mayflies, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two, it's just Tilson Road at Tilson Creek.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Well, he just called this morning to say that.
Undercut bank.
Yeah.
All right, this is fun on a Saturday, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Looking at mud in the winter.
Never heard it put that way.
We didn't think the
We were talked
cameraman
into
was
it with other
supposed to
words.
mock his subject.
Don't knock it till you try it.
We thought you
Yeah, these are ice fishing gloves.
Well, he's got all the good
How'd you
gear.
guys get so much ice on these trays?
Standing around?
Bob, did you have to go through a training to be the official collector, or?
Yeah.
And what's that involve?
It's about a 4 to 5 hour class, and it starts out in a classroom, and they show you slides of bugs, and we had an entomologist explaining the difference, and then the whole group moved down to the creek, and we learned how to do the scooping and the habitat and where the most likely places would be.
Okay,
It
cool.
was a great way to spend an afternoon. We got free cookies when we did it.
All right.
Oh, this good, okay. I was trying to make a spot so people put everything in the...
This is from Chilson, but it's
Oh, okay. Okay, good. And we forgot to name it. That's right.
They need to change anything.
So this is an activity for families. We aim the information and the activities in a sense for adults, but we find that children of almost any age, if they're really interested, work add a lot and are very welcome, as long as they're accompanied by one adult, each child. So we want a 1-to-1 ratio there, since it is dangerous to be near the water, and for a couple of other reasons. But there are children who've been coming again and again, some who are quite young, who are very enthusiastic about the bugs in the river and what they're doing.
And then how do they get involved? Do they call the Watershed Council, or
yeah.
is there a website? Or?
There is a website. The website is www.hrwc.org, standing for Huron River Watershed Council. I'm happy to be called, Joan Martin, at 734-769-5971. And email is excellent also, jmartin@hrwc.org.
Okay, and they should watch the paper, and if they see a stonefly search or something, they can just sort of show up and...
Yeah, they can't just show up because putting them on a team is not nearly as easy at that point. It's much better if we can balance the teams.
So they should call ahead.
So calling ahead, and the best thing I think is if you know now that you might be interested and you email me or call and leave your email address, then I'll put you on a list that gets notified about a month ahead to remind you it's time to sign up, because you probably need to get it on your calendar at least a month ahead. We have the calendar planned out for the coming year, and we can give people that. Though we're looking for funding for the program, it has always been an event that is free. The stonefly and the other events are called river roundups.
So you don't necessarily have to be a member to do this.
You don't have to be a member, and you don't have to pay anything, but it would help what we're trying to do if you wanted to join.
Okay.
And the newsletter from the Watershed Council comes out 4 times a year, and you would receive that as well.
So who pays for all this stuff?
That's a good question. For about most of the 10 years that we've been doing the study, it's been supported by grants from that grow out of the Clean Water Act, the Federal Clean Water Act of the 70s, which provides money to the state, but that is for a variety of things. It's not supposed to be sustainable, and we don't have it anymore. So we're now looking for much more funding locally from members of the Watershed Council. You can join the Watershed Council, your family, you yourself, and that helps a great deal. We're asking businesses and individuals in the area and foundations to help support the program. It's an expensive program.